Some stories take a century to complete. In the spring of 1917, Sergeant Henry Ashton vanished into the chaos of war. His body lost, his name etched among the missing on the Loos Memorial. For more than 100 years, he was a name without a grave. But in 2025, something remarkable happened. In the shadow of a new hospital being built in Lens, bones were found. Alongside them, medal ribbons, personal effects, and ultimately a name. This is a story of a man who fought in 2 centuries, a man who served in India, Egypt, Sudan, South Africa, and finally in France. A father, a railway worker, a man buried beneath the soil of a foreign land, only now returned to his family. This is a story of Sergeant Henry Ashton. Henry Ashton was born in Glossop in 1873, the son of John and Harriet Ashton. We know little about his early years, but by the 1890s he was wearing the uniform of the Seaforth Highlanders, serving in India, Egypt, Sudan and South Africa. Medals marked his service, but history would soon demand even more. In 1905, he married Hetty Martin and settled into civilian life, working for the Midland Railway Company. Together, they had 2 children. Then came the First World War. In 1915, already in his early 40s, Henry volunteered once more, this time joining the Derbyshire Yeomanry. After training at home, he shipped to France in September 1916 and was transferred to the 14th Battalion, Durham Light Infantry, earning the rank of sergeant. The Somme had torn through the landscape by then, and as it ended, Henry and his battalion were sent north, towards Lens and Loos, preparing for what would become the Battle of Arras. On the night of the 20th of April 1917, the battalion was ordered to seize heavily fortified positions, including a concrete strongpoint and ammunition stores. The fighting was intense. 2 days later, on the 22nd of April 1917, during the height of the assault, Sergeant Henry Ashton was struck down while leading his men. By the end, 35 men were killed, 24 were missing, and 183 were wounded, and among those whose bodies were never recovered was Sergeant Henry Ashton. A letter home from Captain Alden Owls confirmed what many had feared, that Henry had been killed instantly, leading his men in the attack. But with no body recovered and only witness accounts to rely on, his fate remained uncertain. His wife and parents passed away, never knowing for sure, never having a place to say goodbye. His name was engraved on the Loos Memorial, one of thousands of British soldiers with no known grave. The memorial itself wasn't unveiled until August 1930, 13 years after Henry fell in battle. For more than a decade, his family waited, with no grave, no certainty, only a name that would eventually be carved in stone. But fate was not finished with Henry. During the early 2020s, construction began on a new hospital site in Lens, near where Henry's battalion had once fought. As workers cleared ground, a set of remains was uncovered. Among the bones, pre-war medal ribbons still clinging to the uniform fragments, insignia matching the Durham Light Infantry, and a pocket watch. Through detailed forensic analysis and DNA testing, the soldier was identified. After being missing for over 100 years, Sergeant Henry Ashton had been found. On the 10th of June 2025, Henry Ashton was finally laid to rest at Loos British Cemetery Extension. His coffin, draped in the Union Jack, was carried by serving soldiers from the 1st Battalion, the Rifles. Descendant Paul Brooks accepted both the flag and the pocket watch found with Henry's body. And for the first time, A name was etched in the new extension of the cemetery. Henry broke the silence. A century of silence had come to an end. His family chose the inscription, "May his soul and the souls of his comrades rest in peace." Sergeant Henry Ashton was never truly forgotten, but now he is remembered properly. From the dusty roads of Sudan to the trenches of Lens, from a name among the missing to a grave among comrades, his journey is finally complete. If this story moved you, please consider subscribing, sharing, or leaving a comment. Have you ever traced a story of a relative who served in the Great War? Tell us below, because remembrance doesn't fade with time. Sometimes it just takes a time to come home, lest we forget. If you like listening to the stories of the history of those who came before, then please give the video a like and subscribe to keep updated about future videos of the history of those who came before.